Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Play to Find Out Fair Wanderings. We're here. It's episode 9 from our slight... It was only a week, wasn't it? We only had last week off. We played the week before that. And what...
It felt like a lot longer than a week.
It did.
Cameras...
Camera problems?
It was fixed before we went live. I don't know what happened.
Oh.
So while I fix that, let's talk to our cast and see how they have been over the past 2 weeks. Oh wait, what's that? We have a new face down in the bottom right hand corner. Whoa, wild! Let's meet our new person first. Bianca, tell us who you are and what you do and stuff about you.
Wasn't prepared. I don't have like anything ready. Hi, my name is Bianca. What do I do? I play D&D.
Mm-hmm.
That's about it. No hobbies whatsoever.
You play D&D and hang out with your dog and husband, and that's about it, right?
I've got actually 2 dogs and 2 cats and 1 husband.
I was really hoping you would say 2 husbands and then just have an entirely different conversation.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, I have 2 dogs, 2 cats, 2 husbands, just the usual.
Yeah, regular stuff.
I like things in 2s.
Yeah.
I'm a little OCD like that.
Yeah, beyond that, I'm excited about this.
Yeah, awesome. Well, we are definitely glad to have you. And then as for our returning cast, Dom, how about you? How are things?
I have started a new job. Now I work 2 jobs.
2 jobs. Okay, cool. Is that
I work at a Korean seafood market.
Huh.
And you know what? I love it every day because I get free food.
There you go.
Life goals right there.
And they're like, Dominic, why you like it here so much? Like, I don't have to deal with people complaining to me about their problems. I don't have to talk to the customers. All I do is cook and eat.
Oh, that sounds nice.
And I learned how to make so many like seafood dishes on large scale, like crab rice, shrimp rice, potato salad, seafood salad.
Cool.
You how to make their garlic butter, but she said that if I tell anybody, she'll murder me, which fair, it's just business.
Right, of course.
I respect that. Matt said if I ever tell him, he'll probably shoot me and then put me back to work, which I respect his decisions. Also, they offered me another job in like 2 or 3 years doing working on their farm in South Carolina as a pharmacist. Yeah, we're gonna put it as that.
Ooh.
If you know what I mean.
Oh,
That type of pharmacist.
Yeah.
They're actually going to be doing some work out there. They already got the property, they're getting the greenhouse ready, and they're like, hey, you want to come work for us there? I'm like, you know what? If I'm finished with my classes by then, it's like, why not?
Should you be telling us this?
No, it's legal. Here's the thing.
Okay.
Fine.
In South Carolina, not South Carolina, in LA, it's legal. Well, California.
Okay, just checking.
So it's a legitimate business, which is like, and we're going to actually have 2 pharmacists, like doctorate pharmacists, doing the mass producing. So I'm just going to be a licensed technician doing.
There you go. All right,
It's
then.
all legal. So it's going
And
to be
that was the story of how Smooth Mage became Walter White.
Hey, technically, it's in my family background, if you know what I mean.
Oh, don't tell me these things. Now I'll keep making fun of you. Someone else go.
Evie, how are you? You did a thing last week. That was cool.
Yeah, it was my fault we didn't play. I went to PAX East, which was super awesome. It was the first big convention that I've actually been to, because conventions can be kind of nasty places. And so, but PAX seems to have a pretty good culture of like being friendly and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
And they really did. It was really great. I have so many stories. I'm not going to tell them all, but quick highlights. I made friends, like I'm best friends with a game developer now by accident.
Rock on.
I managed to get swag when somebody else told me to go check out this thing, and then I'm the one that walked away with all the swag, not them. And they were like, wait, how'd you do that? I was like, oh no, I just did what you told me to. And then they were like, wait, I want swag too. I met a lot of really cool people and made some really awesome friends, and it was a lot of fun. But I also got deathly sick.
Yeah, That
Wait a minute, is this the first con you've been to before?
The first big
Con
one. I'd gone to like
flu.
yeah,
always
I'd gone
take
to like
the-
local ones before, but they never usually top over 1,000
Oh,
attendees.
okay. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So
Oh, yeah,
always
that's a
small local
big-
things. So this one was huge.
Just remember, always take your vitamins, your zinc before you go, and just take some extra vitamin B for that
I
stamina.
mean, I drank all the alcohol to like sterilize my blood. That's how that works, right?
You know what?
Works.
I can't even argue with you. You know,
I mean, I'm not a scientist.
I.
That's
you
not how that
sure?
works.
You're a brain scientist. That doesn't count.
It's also I'm a physiologist in my undergrad. That's not how that works.
Okay. Never mind. I can't argue with you now.
But still, it was tons of fun.
Awesome.
I
Yeah, I'm
was
glad you had a good time.
really enjoyed it. And then I came back and immediately dove headfirst right back into suffocating work. But
That's really good for when you're sick.
yes.
Uh-huh.
But
But it's D&D
I
night.
should hopefully be able to put that aside for some fun D&D tonight. So looking
But
forward
it's-
to it.
Awesome.
Also,
But it's D&D
if
night.
Andrella's voice is a little weird, it's my fault. I'm sorry. At least I can speak today.
That's
I
good.
couldn't speak yesterday. So that's an improvement.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
don't worry, I've been there.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Also,
f-
I might be frequently taking this on and off. I'm not trying to like flash a stream or anything. I still have a little bit of fever chills,
Got it.
which I'm gonna take it off right now. So
Okay.
sorry.
Uh-huh. Understand. Yeah. When I went to TwitchCon the first time, I came back and got really bad con flu, and yeah, I was I was out for like a few days.
I remember I went to a con once. My friends slowly dropped one by one, and me playing the paladin that weekend, I survived and was like, "Yeah, that's right, paladin." Me. First it was
Were you a
clear-
dwarf? Did you have poison resistance? Is that
No,
why you?
Good
I
constitution.
was a
Yeah.
paladin
Uh-huh.
monk. My saves are great because they
Great.
have this archetype. Well, it was a prestige class that you had to be a paladin monk for, and I was the best lawful good resistance. I was just right there.
Oh, man.
Also,
It's
I
okay.
apologize to the stream that the cat is going to bother the fuck out of me. I will try to make him not scream and cry.
Okay.
He missed me so much.
That's fair. I mean, that's fair. Yeah.
It's called love. Baby, don't hurt me. Don't hurt me.
All right. Michael, tell us about yourself. How have you been over the past week?
Oh, it's been a long week. I'm excited to get back to it. Some stuff. I've been doing a lot of Patreon stuff. I released Under the Hateful Sun, which is some desert rules for 5e. Go check them out on the DMs Guild. Did a whole
Now-
bunch of art, gave away a whole bunch of Ars Dia
Now-
promos.
Now you need to release Under the Hateful Bun, a series of dessert rules for D&D.
Hey.
I actually don't think that would be hard to make, but I don't think there's a category in the DMs Guild for terrible pun.
Well, whose fault is that?
Technically speaking, wizards.
Okay,
Well,
I
I
will-
guess One Shelf Media.
One sec.
Um,
Writing a message to Mike Merles right now. Dear Mike Merles.
I feel like Mike Merles loves him some puns.
Probably.
Every time I've ever watched him give a talk, he's been like hilarious. So,
Puns make the world.
but besides that, I'm doing a 1-hour game design stream tomorrow morning. And if you want to get in a last minute vote, you absolutely can. You just got to be a patron. Come see us. I just got a message from Evie about how we're already a half hour in, so I need to hurry it up.
That's
Yeah, go vote. It'll be fun.
fine.
All right. Recap time for last session for anybody that's just joining.
One
I'm
thing
not
before
looking-
we're done. I just want to say that was a really good pun because I had 2 puns in one.
I'm aware.
I just want to make that clear. That was next here.
You became one with the puns for just a moment.
All right.
But what
Proceed.
happened last week? I can't
Proceed.
remember.
So you
yeah.
guys realized that for whatever reason, magical or otherwise, you were all trapped in a blizzard.
Right. The worst timeline.
You started realizing that you could travel at night because there wasn't a blizzard at night. You had an encounter with a giant kin of some kind that had a flex off with Echo, and Echo 1.
Oh,
And so the guy was just like, I'm not going to murder you, and walked away. Cecilia found out that Andrella is in love with someone that's not her work boyfriend that she's currently, all over. So
Sounds
that
like
was
I
funny.
have been behaving myself since we left the Feywild. Thank you very much.
That's true.
Have you really,
boyfriend is
though?
such a strong label. I like to say
Anyway.
someone that I'm involved with that I kind of like, but not sort of like. He's just not there.
Sex
on me
friend,
in a-
yeah,
in a-
that one.
I'm trying to be deep about it, MTO, but you ruined it.
It's purely physical. Let's see. And then you came across, like, while you were camping, you heard noise outside of your camp, and when you left your tent because you were buried in snow, you realized, oh crap, there's a bunch of wild elves here and they're murdering hostages. And then you started a fight, and then realized that one of those hostages was a were-rat, and then tried to murder the were-rat and succeeded in murdering the were-rat. Andrella freaked out because she hates were-rats, because she is a were-rat, and attacked Cecilia. And then the elves ran off because they were like, I don't really want to die right now, and we did what we were supposed to do, so bye. You also tortured 2 captives and found out that they're the woman you are looking for, the woman with opalescent black hair, is actually living in a house structure.
Tortured isn't the right word.
Interrogated.
It was
aggressive interrogations.
I did. I totally tortured that guy.
Oh,
okay. I know, it's okay.
I didn't know. I thought we just asked them. I forgot. Okay.
No,
Never mind.
You were like taking care of Andrella, who was like having a meltdown.
Well, tell you the truth, I was probably watching Lil K torture him while I was asking questions.
Yeah, Kirk
Got it.
was
That's how that
probably.
works.
Never
That's how
mind.
easy-
I take it back.
We totally tortured them.
Okay.
So you know about a woman in a nearby town, a woman in a nearby, I guess, holdfast homestead, and you're on your way there.
Yeah, was it like a trading post or something like that, or like?
Yeah, a trading post or like a traveler's post or an inn or something like that. It's not expressly clear from the description you were given.
There's no a person
meanwhile,
is there.
Yin.
Yes.
I have a thing for you to do. Have you ever done a love letter before?
Nope, never.
Okay, so this will be a first for you. So I'm just going to walk you through it. It's actually pretty simple. I'm going to read you a little blurb to kind of give you the flavor of the situation.
Okay.
You're going to roll some dice, and then you're going to pick a couple things, and that's going to affect the starting situation of your character.
Okay.
Yin, the queen has sent you on a quest. The shadows walk with you. Tell us how the ravens have bid you blessing. Roll 2d6. On a 7 to 9, choose 1. On a 10 plus, choose 2. Less than 6, the ravens will wait in judgment. The ravens wait in judgment.
Okay.
Would you like to hear what your choices were?
Yeah.
Okay. You're visited in a dream by a messenger of the gods. You have a gift from your master that will see you. We will roll to see what it is. You are not hunted by the order of the Mortarks.
Oh no.
Cool. They sound fun.
Damn.
They sound nice.
So a lot of things just happened.
Yeah.
We'll come back to what some of that means
Okay,
in a moment. Going back with the adventurers coming out of the snow.
Is it nighttime again?
Yes, it's nap time.
Ooh,
Nap
it's nighttime.
It's nighttime. It's nighttime.
You like stretch out. It's
Yeah. Who
It's
is so? You notice the smell before anything else. It smells like sulfur, a little bit.
Sure. As it does.
As it does. It smells like sulfur, and as you approach, you notice that there's like steam rising out of the back of the building. It's a fairly large, rectangular sort of longhouse structure, kind of traditional in the like Norfolk style. It's clearly not made by a local.
Is it so? It's a Norfolk elf
like style
like
building.
style that I'm used to.
Yeah, it's not
Okay.
explicitly elven, but it's in the style of those that live in the Great North, and it's all like simultaneously beautiful and intensely practical.
Mhm.
Like it's low to the ground, like the ceiling goes down really low, so the snow will slide off of it, all that fun stuff. There's like clearly a huge chimney, and windows covered in waxed canvas that keep the warm in, the cold out, and let some light pass through both ways. It's not snowing right now because you're traveling at night, and it has just started to get dark.
Oh, wait a minute. We traveled in the daytime?
No, you weren't that far away, so it's like
right.
It's like just after sundown. It's like an hour or two after sundown.
So we can actually see the sun.
No, the sun's gone.
No, it's just
But
like
people, I'm saying that Yin is not asleep when you walk inside the building, Smooth.
No, you just say like it'd been blizzarding nonstop for the last,
During the day.
During the day.
But you're like sunset, right?
Yeah, it's right after sundown. If this
You
is
know
the middle
what?
of winter, it's like 6 o'clock at night.
You know what?
Just go with it.
I'm just going with it.
Good.
Just go with
Okay.
it.
Excellent.
Doesn't matter. Time is an illusion. We're in a fantasy world. It's
Echo
fine.
looks and say it's sunset, even though I can't see the sun.
Mhm.
I'm so good at my job.
Lots of
Anyway.
light cover.
Oh, there's a house.
There's a
Yes,
house.
let's go inside. Maybe we can get our sleep schedules back on the right track.
We're talking about. I love staying up all night and being out sleeping all day.
Are you being sarcastic?
No,
I
this is
don't
amazing.
think he is.
Oh.
Kirkall, Kirkall, the orc that's traveling with you guys, and I know you know who he is. I'm saying that for Bianca's benefit.
Thanks.
Just sighs and just starts walking towards the door. He's like, I'm not going to deal with Echo right now.
Yep, let's just
What? It's a teenage boy dream.
I know.
just heading inside.
Hey, I wake up at the crack of noon every day. I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, the ass crack of the morning, noon. So, Yin, I think we cut to inside. You've been staying at this inn for a couple days now, just kind of laying low. It's built on a hot spring, so travelers come and rest here and resupply, and it's warm and pretty, unlike the rest of these mountains, which are just snow and ice and pine trees.
It is its own kind of pretty.
It's its own kind of. I forgot you're Canadian, so that is actually really pretty to you.
Yep.
It's its own kind of pretty, but it's like comfortable in a way that the rest of this area is not, to just hang out for a little while. Let's tell, and you've been sent on this mission, and I think you were maybe expecting more guidance than you were given. You were just told there's a missing person, go find them. Your master didn't really help you. Your gods haven't really helped you, and you've been dealing with these giant kin that have been harassing you as you travel. It's been problematic, to say the least, but this place seems mostly safe. The woman who owns it and her husband have treated you with kindness. You get the impression they're not always treated with kindness, and that's why they are helping you. Because you are a foreigner into these lands and an orc.
What like the general race of the people around here, like what are they?
Most people that live in this region are humans or elves of some kind.
Half
These
elves.
people are neither. One of them kind of has an ambiguous race, but actually, you know what? Do a history check. Let's see if you know what race this person is.
Okay, so I have a question about
Yes.
hold on. Instead of making a question, I'm just gonna click some buttons and see what happens.
Okay.
I'm a fan of that.
That's a good way to do stuff.
Yay.
You should just be able to click the skill. Okay.
That's what I was trying to do. Yeah.
It was a DC 10 check. This woman is Azamar.
Okay.
You can recognize by the metallic like tint of her black hair.
There's also Azamar. Are we
Yeah,
going
and
with
she
all
has like
Azamar
weird.
have the...
She has like weird markings on her face that look like black metal. They're very similar to the paint, to like the war paint that a lot of orcish warriors wear.
Okay.
I
so
don't.
I'm
Does
totally
your
into it.
you're like, yeah, I get this.
Yeah. I like that. It makes me feel a little like a kind of a bond.
Yeah.
With somebody like that.
Yeah, and her husband is a dwarf.
Cute.
It's
Okay.
a
good combo.
big burly dwarf that's like loud and like plays the violin and sings, and that's like his jam.
Good combo.
Good combo. I love charismatic dwarfs. So what are you doing when the rest of you, the adventurers, walk in? Because there hasn't really been a visitor for a while. Like maybe there was some when you got here and they left after you arrived. You've been mostly alone with these people for a few days.
Currently, I'm sitting down with a cup of Earl Grey tea and I'm doing some calligraphy. So I've got some old parchment paper that's rolled out. The corners are held down by like empty cups, and I'm just doing some calligraphy. It's a soothing hobby.
Okay. Very cool. So who would like to enter first?
It sounds like Kirkall's barging in to get away.
Well,
from
he's
that go.
opening the door at least.
Yeah, I think he's definitely going to open the door for Andrella because
And
he's kind of married to her.
being a princess, I am sort of used to going into rooms first.
Okay, so he opens the door. The door flies open. A blast of cold air rolls in. Your pages flutter a little bit, but you hold them in place. And Andrella, let's remind the audience and tell Bianca what you look like.
Okay, so if you look up, you see walk in the door. She's recomposed herself, so she's standing straight and clearly has the bearing of her around of carrying herself the way somebody of stature does, social stature. And she's currently wearing a. We never really talked about what Raspin's cloak looks like.
It's a large woolen, like simple gray cloak.
Okay, so she's got this large woolen simple gray cloak on, and that's, I guess, wrapped around the majority of her, so you don't really see her body, but you can tell she's 5'10", but she looks really young. She's really tall, but she's got a really smooth young face, and she's very pretty. She has, right now her hair would be pulled back into double braid. This silvery, silken sort of hair with a matching the bartender lady, a set of lines that trace around her face and down her neck. And you can also see right at the edge of the hairline silver scales that also trace around with the Azamar lines. And she has a really smooth honey skin, and what's probably most striking are the vibrant amethyst eyes that she just scans the room really quick as she comes in.
Yes, she's very weird looking and also very clearly Azamar, of some description. And what's your perception? Like, what's your score with that? I can look at your sheet.
Only the GM can do that.
GM powers.
Only the gods can do that.
Not great.
How do you have two 8s?
I don't know. You get a random generator for all my spells.
You do. You don't have to roll randomly if you don't want to. We typically use the standard array, but if you want to go with that, that is going to reduce your AC.
Is it?
Because Monk's AC is calculated based on a combination of dexterity and wisdom.
Yeah.
Whoops.
Wait a minute, we could roll dice for stats.
No.
Yeah, of course.
No.
Aw. Hey, I like to say
I was not given that option.
Okay.
I like to say
Your second character you can roll stats for.
Yeah, because I love rolling stats. Because my GM's like, hey,
can someone shoot Bianca the standard array so she can like
fix mine.
make her character not have
Sure.
3 negative stats.
Jeez.
I don't know what happened.
I don't know either. That's why I think it's funny.
Yep, all good. One sec.
So we're gonna assume you have enough wisdom to notice that the minute Angela walks in, the other Azamar woman covers her hair.
I just put
like
it
she
in
like
Discord,
puts like a
and you can put those to
like a
whatever you want.
headscarf on.
Okay.
Who's next? Would it be Echo or Cecilia?
Probably Cecilia. Echo always usually carry the rear.
So Cecilia, what do you look like right
Um,
now? Having not slept well, being kind of mad at Andrella for screaming all night and waking you up. Being a snake person.
Well, I mean, she probably like. I feel like she's the person like that sort of stuff she wouldn't really mind that. It's the cold is the thing that's really bothering her.
Yeah, you're
Mhm.
wearing like super awesome furs, right?
Yeah,
like,
I mean,
I made a super rabbit pelt for you.
well,
Like,
beyond that, she also has like, straight from the heart of the Wanti Sultanate, like polar bear pelt
Yes.
parkas that have been traded for various reasons.
Uh-huh.
The heart of the city of the serpents is basically Baghdad, if that tells you anything.
I grew up in a desert, and now I'm here in like tundra, so I am not used to this place.
You're also cold-blooded. So
I'm
that
also
kind of-
cold-blooded, so it's even another step on top of that. Yeah, so
I realized I could prestidigitate and keep things warm for you, so I did that in the last
yes,
session.
you have done that a lot, which I very much appreciate.
After I frostbit you.
Well, poor
Watch out, she
Bianca.
attacks. Watch out, the princess attacks party members out of
Yeah, don't touch her without permission. It's bad.
So Cecilia walks in. She has this like big like polar bear pelt on top of like a mix of like leather armor / travel robes. The robes are like blue with like silver outlines along them. There's like and like the front kind of has this like a symbol of her church, which is like a silver serpent kind of like wrapped all around itself. She has she's about 5'4", pretty in shape. She has longer black hair, like kind of shoulder length. The black has like green kind of randomly in it, like little streaks, like bright blue eyes. She has
serpent eyes, more importantly.
yeah. So she's like mostly human, but like upon second glance, you see like, oh, her eyes are like snake eyes. So they're like kind of like the pupils are like kind of long like this. She has like claws instead of fingernails, and like kind of like green scales like coming along her back and her neck. Yeah, that is Cecilia.
Do you wear boots, or do you just have like bare feet? And are they scaly?
Boots, definitely
Oh,
boots.
Okay.
Big, like maze boots from Overwatch, just huge and furry.
Yes,
Yeah.
like
Sure.
I like that.
A scrawny looking, kind of beat up orc follows in after them. He's wearing the war paint of you would recognize it culturally as like a butcher is sort of what the face paint would signify to you. Like is his place within a clan as a butcher, which doesn't make a lot of sense, but whatever. He also has markings on his arms that say that he has completed a ritual to become someone's kirhat, which is like bonding your soul with another person. That's not quite marriage, but the cultural equivalent of, basically.
Like his spiritual equivalent of.
Huh?
His culture or her culture?
His culture.
Okay.
His culture. Your culture.
Yeah.
You would recognize this as the like, oh, this is the like, when I die, I want the gods of death to carry my soul to you, so I may be with you for a little bit longer.
Okay.
That's the significance of these marks. So he has all that and looks tired, and immediately just sits down and orders a beer because he's like done dealing with these people. And then Echo walks in, who is also a half orc, but
No,
not.
hey, time out, time out. You see Echo, a 9-foot orc, bigger than most orc that you see.
Yes, he's
Because
very
he's not-
big.
He's not 100. He's half orc, half Goliath. So not only does he have like blue, like a bluish green tint to his skin, it's also he has the design of a Goliath. On top of that, he actually has hair, even though most Goliaths don't have hair.
Uh-huh.
I would like to point out that you can barely stand up in this building.
Oh yeah, like
you have
he's
to
kinda
like you have to like shrug down
you
to
see him
not
like
hit beams.
kind of like he kind of walks in and almost hits his head, but he like crouches down. You
We're
see
a
him,
fairly tall party of people.
I mean,
and you-
Cecilia's pretty short comparatively.
Cecilia's the only tiny one.
Uh-huh.
Cecilia's like itty bitty, and everyone else is huge.
and I'm currently wearing the pelt of a chimera, the lying snake one.
Yep.
That's his Outlander trophy.
I currently have dreamy blue eyes.
What
And
ridiculous
one
thing do you
touch-
say as you walk in?
It's like, come on, little K, why you gotta be that way?
Don't call me that.
Echo.
What?
Remember.
Oh, fine.
Thank
I said
you.
an orc. I use his actual orc name in orc.
You call him Kirkall.
Kirkall in orcish.
Kirkall in Orcish, and he just looks at you. He's like, "Thank you." Turns around, and then in Orcish,
And
it
then,
just
and then I
says,
look towards
"Ass."
Cecilia. Then I look towards Cecilia like she
If he-
knows.
If he doesn't want to be called that, we shouldn't call him that.
But it's so cute.
I know it is. That's why I came up with it.
I have left these two
Oh
and
yeah.
walked
I was-
towards the bar where the lady is at, I guess.
Yeah. Mhm.
Oh yeah. By the way, I like to mention that he looks like a really big teenager.
So he's got like the awkward body proportions of a
That's what I'm
teenager.
hearing.
Like
Yeah.
a teenager,
Like,
but he
He
has
has
like
he has
Uh-huh.
freckles and bad stubble.
yeah, no, like it's in my picture on the thing.
Uh-huh.
Oh, perfect.
Kitty, kitty, please.
Well,
Sit down.
Yen, would you like to interact with any of these lunatics?
I'm kind of into that giant orc, half orc, way too
Yeah.
big person because that like immediately that's where my eyes go. I just start looking up, but I'm thinking, what the fuck?
Well, you've also been like messed with by Giantkin recently.
Yeah.
So
not
that's
feeling you.
that's another component of it. So do you wanna go talk to Echo for a little bit before we take our first break?
Yeah. So I mean, I'm gonna stand up. I'm gonna take one last sip of my tea. Finally shed those last remnants of calmness. And I'm a big woman. About 6 feet tall. I'm like 180 pounds. Like she's buff. Like she's really wide built, kind of like a tank. And she is used to being able to intimidate people, but then she sees Echo and she kind of has to tilt her head up to make eye contact with him. And I just want to front up on you, so I'm gonna walk up and I'm gonna be like, "Hey, what brings you to these areas?"
You see me like stop from it, like look around.
Like,
like-
who the like what?
Me? Wait a minute, do you approach me in common or orc?
I will, yeah, because I recognize those traits, and I will recognize those traits in you. So I'm gonna talk to you in Orcish.
Oh, it's like, oh yeah, I was hired for some work around here, mercenary.
Do they pay well?
They paid in food.
Ugh, it's not well enough.
Pound cake is the best.
Gives me stomachache. Can't do that, but all right.
So Kirkall just starts laughing while he's sitting down next to Andrella into his drink. Because he's
I'm
the
not
only
there.
other
I'm at the
one
bar.
that he's sitting next to you. He's the only other one who understands this, and he just finds it funny. This
Yeah,
is the
yeah.
big room. You can hear most
Unfortunately,
conversations.
Quiet
some of my
room.
employees are missing in action, so I have to keep an eye on. I kind of like nudge towards the princess, make sure she stays safe.
Do you have any news from these parts?
There's a lot of rare rats. Don't mess with the elves.
Lots of
And the
giants.
Fey King's dreamy.
Not familiar.
Oh, let me tell you about the fake.
Oh, and now there's just like exposition for 5
Oh, no.
hours.
And Kirkall is just laughing like an idiot the entire time because finally someone else is the target of Echo's ridiculousness.
Forgot Echo had a crush on the faking. Oh my god, it's adorable.
The short version of it is Echo, and I don't know if you explain why you were in the Feywild, but you ended up in the Feywild and you ended up meeting the king of the Winter's Court, and he's just in his ambiguously tall, gendered, non-gendered hotness, was nice to Echo and gave him pound cake and wine, and Echo's now like in love with him. It's pretty cute.
Aw,
No, it was great because we went there and like he was the only one that passed his like I don't get drawn in by the Fey magic.
Yeah, he was the
roll.
only one who passed his wisdom save.
The
He has
rest of us
worst
were just
wisdom
So
like-
save.
instead, he willfully decided
Right. The rest of us were just like
that he was super
debauchery.
charmed.
Oh no.
Yeah.
It was pretty great.
It
I had a lot
everybody
of fun that session.
Uh-huh, it was really
People
good.
was like
was really
doing
good.
stuff, and Echo was like, There's some good drink right here. Here's your Kool-Aid.
I'm just gonna revel in the weirdness right now.
Yeah.
Anyway,
We were there because the people being attacked by the elf people, so we were like
Yes.
wild elves, and we're trying to
anyway,
try to get peace for they won't be attacked because they're refugee of the main capital getting burnt. So,
anyway, so long,
Break time.
complicated backstory. This crazy person apparently knows and is in love with the Lord of the Fae,
You know,
Um,
as you do.
as you
It's a
do.
crush.
Um,
Love is a strong word. It's a crush.
Right.
what's your face as the camera like cuts after you've heard this story?
My eyebrows are like to the
As
top of
high
my-
as they.
yeah. I'm confused. I don't really know how to react. I don't know if I believe you either.
Well, the Fey realm is kind of you have to see it for yourself. Maybe one day I could take you there.
I'll think about it. It's not-
We definitely. I'm gonna be there for a while after we finish up here.
okay. Well,
And then
I'm just looking for some orcs. You know, I figured talking to you, maybe I'd find something. You're not quite as aggressive as I expected.
See, I'm not the only one. Everybody's like, Lil Kale. I mean, Coco over here is like mad at me because I'm like orcs are aggressive, and he's like, no, that's racist, and I'm like, what?
and then we cut.
As Kirkall drops his head. on the
Kirkall just like drops his drink on the table.
Another round.
Oh my gosh, this is fantastic.
Perfect.
Great. Yeah. So that was our first section of tonight's episode. We're gonna take a short break. Join us after that for more fair wanderings, and we'll see you in a little bit.
Okay, I gotta go grab me some more juice.